being in quarantine for that long, for an entire month, and being out of it. It's just going to be, I'm curious to see how they respond in today's game.
Evan Claiborne, the Bulldogs' usual starting forward/center, is in street clothes in the crowd tonight.
And you think about the impact that Evan Claiborne brings to the table as far as paint protection, rebounding, second chance points, and also establishing a post position. They don't have that now. UNCAshvl doesn't have it, and so you've got to be able to make those adjustments if you're UNCAshvl to combat against Longwood, who's probably going to try to take advantage of that mismatch.
The Longwood starting five brought to you by Sunbelt Rentals, Wilson, Wade, one of your favorite players, Watson, Jesper Garland, along with Juan Munoz wearing number 55. Turnover and play gives the ball to the Bulldogs. It was slapped off of a Longwood leg on the near sideline, nearly stolen by Munoz. Stephanie around the screen. Loses it. It'll be out of bounds. Asheville ball. As you take a look at the Sunbelt Rentals starting lineups for the Bulldogs with Claiborne out, a lot on the shoulders of L.J. Thorpe.
L.J. Thorpe, he's going to have to bring in more from the rebounding department. Obviously, he does a great job of getting paint touches and getting downhill and creating, but there's going to have to be more for UNCAshvl to come through with this win, and this Longwood team knows what they're doing, especially when they get out in the open floor.
Wade moving in transition. Good ball movement. Very long three off the iron. Tipped out. Driving through the lane off the back iron. Rattles around as Granlund gets things started for Longwood up 2-0 early.
And you saw that. UNCAshvl played great initial defense, but Longwood taking advantage of their size and athleticism and creating a second chance for themselves.
The Lancers playing a tight man-to-man defense, and if you're Asheville, how do you go against something like that?
Well, one thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to move the ball. It can't stick. What you're seeing Longwood run is a tight pack line defense, and I'm not talking about like the ones that have been molded and manipulated. This is one that is right out of UVA's playbook. I mean, it is tight. It's hard. It's going to be hard to get paint touches if you're UNCAshvl, so you got to move the ball and spread them out.
Baker 0 for 2 to start the game. Munoz the drive, kicks it, one dribble, skips back to Munoz, open from the corner. 5-0 early Longwood.
That's the thing. That's just great basketball. You saw Munoz just do a little tight curl action, and Wade got him open for that shot.
Stephanie around the screen from Cody Jude. Stephanie on the drive, moving through the lane. The drop off, the layup from Thorpe, and Asheville's opened up their ledger. A press employed by Asheville. Granlund working across the timeline. Now Munoz.
And that's what UNCAshvl is going to have to do more of. Is they're going to have to apply pressure and run that shot clock down like they just did to make it difficult for Longwood to get themselves in the offensive rhythm. They ran their play about 15, 14 seconds left on the shot clock.
Cody Jude able to get a hand in the passing lane, knocked it away. Asheville's ball off the turnover. Tyjon Jones passing it to Baker. Good moves from Baker. Stephanie driving baseline, trying to find some space. Drops it off. Thorpe loses it, 6 on the shot clock. Crossover, step back, tough shot off the back iron. Munoz has it for Longwood.
And these have been great defensive possessions for Longwood, really just showing how tight that pack line defense is. It's just really hard to get into the lane.
Tough drive, and it'll be Asheville coming up with the board. Granlund looked like he had the corner. Good defense as Cody Jude on the pump fake, driving the lane. The finger roll brings Asheville to within 1.
And that's the thing. I think Cody Jude was surprised that he even had that lane with that much space. But the thing is once you jump off of Cody Jude's pump fake, the lane is usually wide open. He's got to take more advantage of those opportunities.
BJ Marable and LeVar bats into the game along with Doc Battle. We're going to get a look at Litteris wearing number 2, along with Justin Hill into the game.
And Litteris is one of those players that can also spread the floor for Longwood. Someone that you can keep out there if somebody penetrates and pitches. Munoz is one of those players. He can get downhill. When he pitches, he needs to be able to pitch it to shooters.
And Karyum with the basket puts Longwood's lead back out to 3. Baker blocked on the drive. Litteris Strong gets the pass. 3 looking to double the lead. Rims out. Jones has it. Off to Baker. Baker. Jones spots the 3 off the back iron. Here comes Justin Hill across the timeline. Driving baseline, quickly up. Missed the shot. Reverse layup. Trickles off the rim. Gets his own board. Off the glass. Good. 5-point lead for the Lancers.
And what you're seeing is you're seeing Longwood just take advantage of their size, strength, and athleticism in the paint area. UNCAshvl is doing a pretty good job of initial defense, but once they get the stop, there's more to the game there. You've got to also solidify the ball.
Shot off by Batts. Moving quickly into the front court. Here comes Blygan around the screen. Drops it off. UNCAshvl trickles over the rim. The basket's good. It's a 7-point lead.
UM is really, really controlling that paint just by being active. He's got a motor on him, works really, really hard to get angles and positioning in the post area.
Marable one dribble. The layup is good as well. Asheville cuts the lead to 5.
That was great control from Marable as well, just being able to make sure that he didn't run through Litteris and call that charge.
UNCAshvl on the drive, gets the corner on Marable. Oh, nifty reverse layup.
Urim did a great job of getting low on that drive, dipping that shoulder, and attacking the hip of Marable, understanding that Marable's young. He is still fresh to this thing and is learning the concept of college-level defense.
Bat skip pass, stolen. Blygan comes up with it. A 3-on-2 break. Off the rim, tipped out of bounds. Or check that, it's tipped to Baker. Baker bringing it into the front court. 14-17 left to go in the first half. Baker off for Doc Battle. His reverse layup is good. It's a 5-point game. And we have a timeout on the floor. We're going to take a timeout as well with 14-10 left to go in the first half. Asheville 8, Lancers 13. You're watching college basketball on ESPN 3.
Choose 4, 5, or 6 fingers in any of our famous sauces with the chicken finger plate. Only at Zaxby's. Order ahead, drive-through, or get it delivered.
The underdog. The long shot. The nobody from nowhere, never gonna happen in your dreams, kid. 100 to 1 shot. We know something about that. We're with you every step of the way.
If you're suffering with joint or back pain and avoiding going to the doctor because of COVID-19, you need to know that Mission Orthopedics remains safe. Everyone who walks in the door gets screened and gets a mask. With distancing, cleaning, and separate areas for COVID-19 patients, we are keeping you and your family safe. Please don't postpone your care. Mission Health. Mission You.
I be the boss, give me the sauce, baby. I dunk and toss, baby. Give me the sauce, baby. Now when I dip you don't even trip, boo.
Choose 4, 5, or 6 fingers in any of our famous sauces with the chicken finger plate. Only at Zaxby's. Order ahead, drive-through, or get it delivered.
This Big South broadcast is brought to you in part by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. Visit HerculesTires.com. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit Geico.com today. And Sunbelt Rentals, we have equipment for that. Whatever that may be. And the Bulldogs are going to have to use every trick and tool in the shed to get through this Longwood team. A team that's been running hard throughout the month of February, John, and the Bulldogs have only had about a week of practice during that time.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too. It's just hard to get that chemistry back after you've been sitting for so long. Now, they've been doing individual workouts. They've been doing group workouts and things like that, but it's still not the same as running those X's and O's, getting the timing down. And you're seeing right now, especially on the offensive end, UNCAshvl is struggling to get their timing down when it comes to their offensive sets, which is a big part of college basketball.
Jesper Granlund back into the game, and what And Workuem had a fantastic stretch during the first half thus far. Longwood is up 5 with the ball. Driving the lane, finding space, foul spotted. That'll send Deshaun Wade to the line to shoot 2.
We talked a little bit about Wade, the kind of player that he is. He's one of my favorites because he is a DAWG dog. I love him. What he does, what he brings to the table offensively and defensively, he will guard the best player. He wants that. And you can tell, too, like if you go on Longwood's website on their basketball team and roster and you go to him, and you see him last year compared to this year, it just looks like he's a man that has seen some things. He's seen COVID, and he's come out stronger.
Wade looking to knock down the second, make it a 7-point game again, and he does. Came into today shooting right at 76% from the free throw line. Longwood up 15-8 over Asheville. The battle screen. Batts has his pass tipped away and is stolen by Watson. Quickly to the front court. Hill dribbling through Wade. Stephanie with 1 foul, trying to guard Wade. Watson sets the screen the other way. High floater. Goodness, what a shot from Justin Hill.
Yeah, and the thing is, the scary thing is that Justin Hill is a freshman, and he's doing that. I mean, he's got a bright, bright future. Obviously a kid from high pedigree. Both parents, college basketball players, know the game. And so he's going to be one of those players that's going to be a bright spot for Longwood in the future.
Doc Battle powering through the arms of Wilson, putting it into the basket. As Stephanie steals it, looking to pass it off. Batts has it, driving into the lane. An offensive foul, which is tough for Battle as the contact wasn't straight on.
Yeah, LeVar Batts kind of did a good job of maneuvering on that drive, even though the drive itself looked out of control. And so when he noticed that there was a defender there, instead of him jumping forward or vertical, he went lateral on the jump, which is very, very difficult to do. And there could have been some contact there. And so tough call. But based on what they saw prior to the drive, I can understand why they did call charge.
It didn't look like he would have been able to change his direction that quickly, given the information that you had coming in.
Yeah, but LeVar Batts has got something different in his calf muscles. That guy's athletic.
Be off the fingertips all the way out to Munoz. Thought about the 3. Well, Granlund passes it down, diving. And that'll be 2 quick fouls on Batts.
And yeah, that's the thing with LeVar Batts. And my thing is, I'd rather have the Tiger out of the cage than in the cage, especially if you're going to war. Bring them Tigers out, okay? And so LeVar Batts is one of those players that doesn't know how to bring it in, and you can get good basketball from that, and sometimes it can hurt you.
It's been a while since I've been to the circus, but I'll be there to take your word for it.
Well, don't even think about the circus. Think about Narnia.
Oh, okay, there you go. That makes sense.
All those animals going to war.
Good inbounds play gets the points to Zach Watson as he steps inbounds. Nobody guarding the inbounder. One of the cardinal rules of set plays, I'm told. Thorpe on the drive. Foul spotted. The shot won't go, but LJ Thorpe to the line to shoot 2. Asheville down 19-10 with 12:03 left to go in the first.
And you just think about that rhythm thing there. Simple things. You know, if it's a screener action, understanding how to guard that. And so you're seeing UNCAshvl still struggle to get that rhythm back, and not just on the offensive end with timing, but on the defensive end as well, just falling asleep, things that are muscle memory due to the reps and reps of practice. You're not getting that anymore.
Let me ask you this, John. Have you ever played a game in your 4 years in D1 basketball without the head coach?
Never.
On the sideline?
Never.
And we'll talk about Neil Dixon, who is, you told me in the pregame that Asheville has a next man up mentality, but I didn't really believe that applied to the coaching staff as well.
Yeah, I think what Coach Mike Morrell practices, it applies to everybody. And that's how the program from top to bottom is where they need to be. And so if somebody goes down, it has to be like that with the coaching staff as well.
Shot off the rim, gets his own
board. A lot of second chances out here.
And sticks it back.
A lot of eating in that paint.
And UNCAshvl with his 8th point.
Yeah, you were seeing Longwood, like I said before, they were going to try to take advantage of that. You don't have a Evan Claiborne in that paint to make sure that Longwood just goes one and done. You've got a lot of high-skilled guards on the floor, including Cody Jude. Cody Jude is a guard. You know what I mean? He's 6'9", but he is a guard.
Asheville down at 10 to Longwood. 11:07 left to go in the first. You're watching college basketball on ESPN3.
A migraine hope from Aimovig to show up for the sweet, the hectic, the tender, the tense, and the fiery. But for many, migraine keeps them from saying, I am here. We aim to change that with Aimovig, a preventive treatment for migraine in adults. 1 dose once a month is proven to reduce monthly migraine days, for some by half or more. Don't take Aimovig if you're allergic to it. Allergic reactions like rash or swelling can happen hours to days after use. Severe constipation can happen, sometimes with serious complications. High blood pressure can happen or worsen with Aimovig. Common side effects include injection site reactions and constipation. It doesn't matter what each day brings, so long as you can say, I am here. Aim to be there more. Talk to your doctor about Aimovig.
We invite you to get social with the Big South. Join the always growing network of Big South fans on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and more. You can also follow the conference source for game updates and on-site championship coverage via Twitter. That's at Big South Game Day. Follow, watch, like, and please do share with the Big South Conference. I'm Matt Stradley here with the Jets, John Williams. And John, Longwood came out exactly like you'd expect they would.
Yes, absolutely. And it also shows you how rusty UNCAshvl is. You know, we talked about this off the air about how Baylor struggled against Kansas and how they had to find ways to get themselves back in the rhythm, and it just takes time.
Thorpe coming down the lane, Euro step, layup good. Bulldogs cut the lead to single digits as Munoz securing it. Off for Wade across the timeline, continuing his run into the paint. Back for Munoz. Wade thought about the three. Top of the key.
We talked about this a little bit too. Oh, that's a layup right there.
Ooh. As Stephanie comes down with the board, Munoz, rare miss.
Yeah, I'm surprised he missed that too. I mean, this guy usually doesn't do much wrong when it comes on the offensive end.
Cody Jude, the layup baseline. Asheville cutting the lead to 6. Munoz across the timeline. Ligon, Munoz around the screen. Lost the ball, diving to the floor. Cody Jude secures it. Calling for a timeout, and it's granted. Asheville gets the timeout, keeps the possession. With 10:01 left to go in the first half. John, they've used half of their timeouts for the game.
Yeah, but at the same time, you see UNCAshvl trying to make a run. You've seen a sense of urgency after that media where they have started the press. And I predicted that they may try that out simply because you have a similar squad to last year's team that also did not have much of a post presence. And because of that, UNCAshvl pressed, applied pressure, created turnovers by making up the difference of losing the rebound battle. And so they're going to lose the rebound battle. But one thing that they're going to try to do is up the ante by creating turnovers and making it really difficult to get in a comfortable offense.
So you're going to try to steal some possessions on that end since you're going to lose some possessions on the rebounding.
Absolutely.
Now, you can use a press to speed a team up, but you can also use it to slow a team down. Which of those is Asheville trying to do to Longwood?
Well, they've got so many different presses in their arsenal. They can do both. If they speed you up to make you take a early in the shot clock shot, That's because you're normally not used to that. That's a team that likes to play it slow versus a team that likes to play fast. They slow them up and actually make them have to run half-court offense.
Baker from 8 feet, rims out, tipped by Jones. His putback is good. It's a 4-point game, 6-point run for the Bulldogs.
That's the thing about Tajon Jones. Even when you can definitely tell how Longwood's playing him, they're trying to run him off that three-point line. He still finds ways to be effective there.
Hill across the timeline, back for Munoz, back to Hill. 19 on the shot clock. Tough shot, left it short, cruising through, rebound grabbed, battle down low, and that's stuck back by Watson. The Lancers lead back to 6.
Watson's one of those players that just knows his role there. He's got a high motor, really gets after it by attacking the glass, but then also on the defensive end on switch-ups, moves his feet well and stays lateral.
L.J. Thorpe losing the ball, comes careening off the backboard. Longwood coming up with it. Munoz with the ball into the lane, skips it back, one dribble. Long three-point shot, splashes through. A 5-point run answers with Litteris knocking it through.
And that's the thing, and that's what you see there with Munoz, knowing where the help side defense is on his drives. He hit the curl pass on that last pass because he knew and saw where help side was coming. It was coming from Litteris' man.
And that's the second foul on Stephanie. Both Bulldog point guards now with 2 fouls. And with the quickness demonstrated by Juan Munoz thus far in the game, the redshirt junior out of Morrisville, North Carolina, Panther Creek product, John.
Oh, yeah, and a Garner Road product. I played for Garner Road, and like I said before, Coach West, who's been running that organization forever, David West's dad, has been monumental for young men in Raleigh, North Carolina that are looking for the opportunity to showcase their skills in the highest level and be able to play high caliber basketball to give yourself a chance to play college ball.
Ball tipped around, back out. Jones spots up, he's fouled. He'll go to line to shoot 3. And that the first mistake on a play by UNCAshvl of the game.
And I was impressed that he was able to get up that quickly.
It's a 9-point Longwood lead. Asheville to shoot 3 throws after this short break. You're watching college basketball on ESPN3.
Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip-hop group tag team to help you plan dessert?
Fresh vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop this, scoop this, scoop this, scoop this, scoop shakalaka, 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 shaka, scoop shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Tired of cooking at home? Change it up without getting up. Just order Jersey Mike's through our app for no-contact delivery or no-contact at-the-door pickup. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
I'm crying 'cause I love you.
Pepsi Wild Cherry.
The doctor said I had prostate cancer. I needed to do something. I said, can I go to proton therapy? Hampton University Proton Therapy Institute. He said, yeah, you can do it, man. It's a breeze, man. When I went for the treatments, there were no side effects. Whatever you could do before, you could do it after. Thank you, Jesus. I'm so glad I can go down there. But I tell you right now, I wanted to let those people know that I really appreciate it. And HU is his spot. This is Cindy. When you call her up, she's so nice on the phone. This is Jen. This is Ashley.
Power isn't born, it's built over time. For over 65 years, Hercules Tires has been providing the muscle to move more drivers. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain, and we back it with a powerful protection plan. So wherever the road or the trail takes you, we have the selection, value, and strength to get you there. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
It's Longwood 26, Asheville 17, and it's Tajon Jones to the line to shoot 3 free throws after the foul on the three-point shot. I'm Matt Stradley here with the Jet, John Williams. John, through 12 minutes, what have we learned?
We have learned that practice is essential. Don't listen to Allen Iverson.
Okay. The only time. Otherwise, what he says is pretty good.
Yeah, well, most of the time, I love what AI's got to say.
Yeah.
And AI practiced. But he was mad that the media was talking to him about practice.
I got you. One missed to start, the second one falling through. And for a shooter like Tyjon Jones, once you see one go through, does that change up how you approach the game?
Yeah, especially if you're a floor spreader like Tyjon Jones. He brings so much to the table, and once he gets going, you know it. He's unconscious from out there.
Almost lost, pushing it forward, gets it to Litteris. Litteris on the drive, changed his mind. Passed around, Wade, top of the key. Hill.
And here's the thing, if you break the press and actually do it comfortably, you can run. It'll take that defense out of the offense.
Wade knocking down the long two off of the offensive board. Baker tries to answer right back and does. Traded long twos.
Well, long twos for Devon Baker's a layup.
I would say, judging by the shot I just saw Wade took, about the same thing about his shot. That was a fantastic looking shot.
Yeah, it looked good coming out of his hands. And the thing about Wade is if he's comfortable, his feet are set, and he gathers into it, it's a high percentage shot. One of the things UNCAshvl is going to try to do is to make it difficult for him to get into that shot rhythm, those feet prepared.
Granlund with the layup, 1 second left on the shot clock. Asheville, 28 good seconds of defense, and that's just not enough.
Yeah, and Granlund finished the ball strong. It was definitely contested. Great defense there for UNCAshvl, just better offense.
A foul spotted on the Baker drive. It's whistled on Litteris. Cody Jude and Stephanie back into the game. Stephanie playing with 2 fouls. Munoz back into the game for Longwood, along with Christian Wilson, the junior out of Queens, New York. Battle top of the key. Bats playing with 2 fouls. Hesitation, drives baseline, foul spotted. And an offensive foul call.
Oof, that's got to be bad for UNCAshvl. You're going to lose LeVar Batts for the entire half. For the rest, that's 6 minutes, and you're probably not going to see him at the beginning of the second half.
Juan Munoz, I believe it was, drawing the foul, and that'll bring into the game for the first time for the Bulldogs, number 55, Silas Mason. On the drive, hesitation, foul, no basket. That'll send Granlund to the line to shoot 2.
And you can definitely tell Granlund has played basketball with grown men. The way he plays, the way he attacks the body. He's a freshman, but you can tell that he played in that pro circuit when he was coming up. I think he played in the 3A finish circuit or whatever, but he is definitely been playing against grown men. You just see it. He's going into the chest of the defenders. When the defender stops him, he changes directions, and then he can still finish strong. He's been seeing that for a while.
For freshmen, you're used to seeing a certain body type come in. 6'6", 210, that's a good solid base to start with.
Absolutely. And not just saying that there aren't kids that come into the NCAA built like that already, but they don't know how to use it yet. And you can tell Granlund knows how to use his body, knows how to use his feet, knows how to manipulate the defender just by mistakes that they make.
Asheville, 8 on the shot clock. Battle almost loses it. Driving to the basket. Floater, good. Doc Battle knocks down the floater.
And I love that Doc Battle has been in attack mode and really just taking advantage of the mismatches. There aren't many on this Longwood team, but Doc Battle has been gifted with one of the mismatches and has been able to take advantage from that high post elbow area.
Asheville down 9. Hesitation. Wade up, under. Shot no good. Gets his own board. Passes out. Granlund. The layup good.
You feel it, right?
Oh, absolutely.
The guy knows what he's doing.
Just the body control to cut to Doc Battle's right was fantastic.
Absolutely. He understood based on the closeout. He was going to either get the shot. He got Cody Jude out of positioning and was able to just go downhill. If you get a college player straight line drive, it's usually murder she wrote.
Lost and stolen by Watson. Here comes Longwood the other way, up 11 with the ball. 4:48 left to go. Munoz driving, topping it off. The floater good for Wilson. Is a 13-point game.
It's great athleticism from Wilson there. Just going strong, going straight up, finishing with the offhand. Making it pretty.
Jones for Stephanie. 13 on the shot clock. Jude. One dribble. Pump fake. Up and under, and it's good.
I'm impressed with Cody Jude getting downhill. Normally, once he gets taken off that three-point line, he's picking it up and he's passing it.
There you see a fantastic statistic. 11 points off turnovers for Longwood. Munoz, 3. Oh, icy.
I told you, he just makes the simple play. Defender goes under the screen. He's going to pull it up on you.
14-point Longwood lead. Asheville with the ball. 3:47 left to go in the first half. Battle using the Marable screen. Stephanie for Jude. 12 on the shot clock. Stephanie lines up. Shot. Rims out. Bulldogs have yet to hit a three-pointer.
And that's rare for UNCAshvl because you know that they have that capability, but it just shows you when you are missing a piece like Evan Claiborne, who demands attention in the paint. Now you don't have to worry about the paint.
Stephanie's second steal. The layup good.
What a great finish from Trent
Really
Stephanie, using his body.
Granlund did a lot. As we have a timeout taken by Longwood, we're going to take a timeout as well. Bulldogs down 12 with 3:02 left to go in the first. You're watching college basketball on ESPN3.
You can tell this is really crispy, juicy, and tender because we wouldn't take the time to butter all these potato buns if it wasn't worth it. Introducing McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwiches. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Today we have the Microsoft Surface Pro 7 and the MacBook Pro. The Surface comes with a pen and it is touchscreen. Mac gave it this little bar, but why can't they just give me a whole touchscreen? The Surface Pro has a detachable keyboard. Now with the Mac, you're kind of just stuck with what you got. But with the Surface, yes, you can run your favorite apps on it. It has the power to run all your apps. It is a much better gaming device. I love my games. Then there's the price. Yeah.
At Asheville down 12. Lancers have played fantastic. Bulldogs have yet to make a three.
Yes, and you were also seeing down there in that graphic, Longwood's got 10 offensive rebounds. Think about that. That's 10 more opportunities to put the ball in the basket, 10 more possessions that UNCAshvl doesn't have.
And where Asheville's trying to make it up is in the turnover battle, and one that they're actually losing by 1.
They are, because they are not taking care of the ball. They're not sharing it, and it's going to be difficult because of Longwood's defense that they possess. They present that pack line defense that really makes it difficult for you to get straight line drives if you don't move the ball quickly, get a late closeout, get somebody out of positioning so that you can get that straight line drive. But you also have to show your ability to spread that pack line by making shots, and UNCAshvl hasn't made any outside shots yet.
Hill passes out to Munoz, driving baseline, cut off. Spinning back around, shot no good. Cody Jude has the board for Asheville.
And that was one big defensive stint for UNCAshvl. They really rotated well after the drift pass, which is usually hard to get yourself back in positioning.
Baker around the Jude screen, step back. Jude has it. Good closeout by UNCAshvl. 7 on the shot clock. Jude from even farther back this time. Off the back iron. A foul spotted. It'll be whistled on Munoz.
That was a good find from Devon Baker. You want to try to get Cody Jude inserted into the offense a little bit quicker because he is such a big floor spreader. And then what Cody Jude's got to learn is a closeout doesn't mean you're going to block the shot always. This guy's got the fluorescent green light, and sometimes just because that person is there doesn't mean they're open or you're not open.
Jones shoots the three, battle for the board, and Carrium comes down with it. Here comes Longwood the other way. 1-on-2 break, and battling through it, and it's slapped out of bounds. It'll stay Longwood ball.
Longwood's doing a really good job getting out in the open floor, trying to take advantage of those numbers that way. And then when they do get in the set offense, it's a lot easier because you don't have the shot clock at your disadvantage.
A travel spotted, drugged the foot as he tried to pull back around. And Carrium has a different opinion.
Yeah, he said nah. He said that was the Olajuwon. Just ain't seen it in the Big South, that's all.
He's got 10 points and 4 boards to lead the game in both categories. Jones from the left wing. Thorpe battling Litteris, trying to get open. A foul spotted, and that's 2 on Munoz.
And that's big because Munoz does so much for this program offensively and defensively, where he can manipulate defenders from 2 passes away. And that's hard to do.
That'll bring in Deshaun Wade. Asheville's ball down 12, 1:35 left to go in the first. 20 on the shot clock for the Bulldogs. Jude lines up. Splashes down a 3. It's a 9-point game.
And that's what UNCAshvl has to do. They have to spread the floor. Get a kink in that chain, in that pack line defense, so that now somebody can get downhill a little bit more. It makes it easier for players like LJ Thorpe, who right now, if you feel comfortable helping off of LJ because Cody Jude's not a threat, it's easier to stop that drive.
Fantastic floater, and Carrium has his 12th point, and it's a 11-point lead for Longwood with 1 minute left to go in the first half.
That was beautiful, beautiful basketball there. Longwood taking advantage of the late help side defense and really getting an alley-oop out of there.
Jones open 3. He's starting to heat up. 8-point game. Hill, floater. Bounces off the rim, gets the board, and the dunk. It's in Carrium.
And that's what we talk about, those second chance points. Did my voice crack?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, when I see a mammoth dunk, that's what that was. That was a prehistoric dunk right there.
Yeah, it was. Shot clock, game clock, almost exactly the same. 12 under 10 kick ball. That'll turn off the shot clock with about 8.4 seconds left to go on the game clock.
It's actually smart. With Longwood, it's going to be hard for UNCAshvl to get in any rhythm with 8 seconds to go.
It'll be Asheville's ball, down 10. Does it feel different going into the locker room single-digit down as opposed to double-digit down?
Well, I think for UNCAshvl, for them to see the ball go in the basket with the three-point ability, knocking some down at the end, I think that's going to help them, help their case.
Cody Jude open 3, rattles out. 2 seconds left. Hill, it is good if it goes. And it does not. It's a 10-point game as we go to the half. Lancers 43, Bulldogs 33. We'll have a timeout on the other side. We'll have the Geico halftime report. First half highlights, keys to the second half. All that and more coming up on the Geico halftime report. You're watching college basketball on ESPN3. To start the second half, Bulldogs were down pretty deep in double figures, have been able to cut it back to as few as 6 in the late sections of the first half. It'll be Stephanie now playing with 2 fouls. LeVar Batts on the bench still with 3 as Thorpe trying to find some space. Jones with 16 on the shot clock around the Jude screen. Jones. Baker. Jude. Big closeout. Big 3 from Cody Jude.
And that's what one thing that Cody Jude's going to continue to have to learn is not every closeout is that defender having the capability of blocking your shot. You're still 6'9" out here. You got a long wingspan. they're not going to be able to block that shot just because they close out. Still, you have to get that shot off.
To the top of the key, Wade. 8 on the shot clock. Pull up over Baker. Answers right back.
That's what we talked about with Wade. Woo! It's a big shot. And UNCAshvl's got to stop trying to trade buckets.
Offensive foul called on L.J. Thorpe. Bucket, no good. Turnover gives Longwood the ball.
That's a tough call. I mean, I couldn't see it very well, but definitely can understand why referees would call that based on LJ seeming a little bit out of control, but that's what he does.
That off of the feet of Granlund, out of bounds. It'll be Asheville's ball. Stephanie across the timeline. Asheville down 10 with the ball. 18:50 left to go in regulation. Top of the key, Jones. Baker on the handoff. Spinning into the lane. The floater, good.
And that's a big take for Devon Baker. It's been good seeing him back into the motion a little bit. You know, he's been out half of the season due to an injury, and now you're just seeing him trying to work his way back into this thing, and it's been good to see him on that floor.
Thorpe grabs the board. Here comes Asheville the other way. Down 8 with the ball. Gets to the baseline. Granlund blocks it out of bounds. It'll be Asheville ball. 22 on the shot clock.
And Asheville is accustomed to getting out in the open floor, even when it doesn't seem like the defense is out of positioning. They'll still go at you and try to attack the paint, especially against this Longwood team, that if they've got all 5 there and that fist is balled up, it's really hard to get there.
And carry them into the game for Longwood, along with Hill and Blygen. Thorpe grabbing the inbound. 20 on the shot clock. Asheville down 8 with the ball. Thorpe losing his footing. Goes to the floor. Battle out of bounds, and it's going to be off of Cody Jude, out of bounds.
Granlund did a great job of playing on-ball defense against L.J. Thorpe. And L.J. Thorpe is one of the most prolific one-on-one basketball players in the Big South. Thought that he had an advantage there, but Granlund stayed down and sat in the chair and led L.J. Thorpe to some help.
Granlund across the timeline, driving through the lane. The layup trickling off the rim and in. 10-point Longwood lead.
You can see like that Euro game. I mean, he's a high IQ basketball player. Just understands his opportunities. He's just taking advantage of them right now.
Baker lines it up, spots it. Battle at the rim. Tyjon Jones takes it up. The layup good. Tyjon Jones, that's a tough shot.
Yeah, well, he's been a bright spot on the offensive boards for UNCAshvl. You know, you forget sometimes that this kid is 6'6" with a long wingspan.
Granlund, crossover into the lane, back into the lane. The shot no good. Jones has the board for Asheville. Granlund maybe knocked down by his own player. Jude thought about the 3. Step back to Stephanie. Stephanie into the lane. Crossover, has it swiped away. Diving to the floor, and Carium throws it up. Munoz. Crossover, step back. Oh my, off the iron, no good. Battle for the board. Longwood has it, reverse layup, good.
And Blygen did a great job of just using his size and strength. Even though Devon Baker did a great job of boxing out, still the positioning was not enough.
Foul spotted, is whistled on Jones. It'll be his first, team's second. 16:30 left to go. Bats in with his 3 fouls, taking the place of Baker.
LeVar Bats has got to be careful in this half.
Blygen inbounds. Justin Hill. Tough shot. Hill gets it to go. 12-point game. Asheville's had some chances, but 2 straight turnovers is not how you get in back into a game when you're down double digits.
And those turnovers were costly. UNCAshvl was just down 8, and that's the ones where you use to your advantage to continue to climb back in that lead by getting stops and then putting the ball in the basket.
Stephanie on the drive, pump fake, back around, trying to find Cody Jude. It'll be off his hands and out of bounds. Nothing going the Bulldogs' way. After a couple of quick shots, it's a 12-point Lancers lead with 15:54 left to go in regulation. You're watching college basketball on ESPN3.
Power isn't born.
I told you I love that
It's
kid.
built over time. For over 65 years, Hercules Tires has been providing the muscle to move more drivers. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain. And we back it with a powerful protection plan. So wherever the road or the trail takes you, we have the selection, value, and strength to get you there. Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength.
The doctor said I had prostate cancer. I needed to do something. I said, can I go to proton therapy? Hampton University Proton Therapy Institute. He said, yeah, you can do it, man. It's a breeze, man. When I went for the treatments, there were no side effects. Whatever you could do before, you could do it after. Thank you, Jesus. I'm so glad I can go down there. But I tell you right now, I wanted to let those people know that I really appreciate it. And HU is his spot. This is Cindy. When you call her up, she's not so nice on the phone. This is Jen. This is Ashley.
I'm crying 'cause I love you.
Pepsi Wild Cherry.
Tired of cooking at home? Change it up without getting up. Just order Jersey Mike's through our app for no contact delivery or no contact at the door pickup. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Our new house is amazing. Great street, huge yard.
There is a bit of an issue with our neighbor's fencing. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
Which helps us save even more.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, Peter.
Touche.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Longwood by 12. Welcome back. It is the Big South Championship quarterfinal round. I'm Matt Stradley here with the Jet, John Williams. John, 17:29 left to go in regulation. Tyjon Jones makes a layup to pull it 48-40 Bulldogs. 3 straight turnovers by the Bulldogs. Longwood now up by 12 with the ball.
And that just shows like each possession can be costly for UNCAshvl. And the way Longwood plays, if you allow them to, they can get out in the lead really quickly. We talked about that early timeout that Coach Dixon called at the beginning of the game because you don't want Longwood to get on offensive runs.
Batts gets it right back. Diving to floor to secure the loose ball. Into the game for Longwood, Zach Watson, along with Wade and Litteris. There's Watson on Batts, behind the back, stolen. Justin Hill working on Jude, tough layup, and Jones cruising in for the board.
And these are those situations where if you're UNCAshvl, you got to work on your offensive sets to get yourself the shots you need instead of rushing it.
Driving into the lane, bucket, foul to the line. And that's the 4th on LeVar Batts.
And that's a tough one for LeVar Batts there. Talked about it before, how he had to be careful because 4 fouls at the beginning of the second. I mean, we're still in the first tier of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Only just past the first media timeout.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be tough. We probably won't see the LeVar Batts for a while.
Deshaun Wade closed out on Cody Jude, forcing the shot to be off, continued his run, and that's how Longwood got out on the fast break.
Wade's right up my alley. You can tell, right?
Oh, yeah.
You can tell, like
he's a Jet player.
Yeah. That defensive stop that they got before the timeout, where he just screamed. He was over here by us. He was just screaming for no reason. I like that.
You like that?
I ain't got nothing else. I like that.
Asheville down 15 with the ball. Battle on the drive. Foul. Bucket. He's going to the line to shoot one.
Doc Battle has done a really good job of just finding his space, finding the openings in this Longwood defense and attacking those gaps.
The sophomore out of Richmond, Virginia, having a good game. And one thing about Battle is he certainly plays taller than the 6'5" size he's listed.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too. Doc Battle's got a deceptive first step. And the fact that he can blow by you from the elbow just shows his athleticism. It's elite.
Wade down with the board. Moving quickly into the front court. Munoz. Slowing things down. Blygen gives it off. Munoz working on Battle. One dribble, Wade, top of the key, 8 on the shot clock. Step back, three-pointer, ice.
Right up my alley.
He seems like a Jet player.
He is. He's right up my alley. I mean, he's just tough. He's mean. He's gritty.
4 for 9 from the field. He's got 13 points.
He's not afraid of that moment either. It's been times where UNCAshvl's tried to get back in this thing, and when Longwood has needed a basket, he's been that guy.
Blocked. Fantastic block by Watson. Here comes Longwood the other way. Munoz. Taking a little bit of air out of the ball. Slowing things down. Munoz working on Tyjon Jones behind the screen. Wade. Down low. Watson spinning in the lane. Slapped away. Battle has it. And a foul whistled on Wilson.
And that's actually a smart foul, even though Wilson didn't mean it, because UNCAshvl would have gotten an opportunity to get out in the open floor and not have to combat against that Longwood 5-man defense that they do when they're sitting down. And now you've got to go against that defense with the shot clock at 30.
Game's leading scorer back into the game now, and Carrium off the bench. He's got 14 points, 5 boards.
And I've also enjoyed Carrium's energy. I mean, he plays with the chip, and you can definitely tell that he uses it to his advantage. Oh, my goodness.
Fantastic block by Carrium. Stepney, 16 on the shot clock. Stepney kicking it over into the corner. Thorpe, crossover behind the back.
Oh, and he is talking.
A foul spotted. And that's whistled on Justin Hill.
His first, team third.
It would be the team's third. It'll be Asheville's ball on the side.
You can just feel the energy from Longwood right now. They are really, really getting after it on the defensive end.
Stephanie on the drive, stops, steps back, knocks it down, the foul line jumper.
And that was needed and necessary for UNCAshvl to stop the bleeding.
14-point game. Munoz across the timeline working on Stephanie. 12 minutes and 41 seconds left to go in regulation. Driving Munoz from the right wing. And Carrium. Pump fake down the lane. Dunk.
Oh, my.
Wilson cruising the lane.
You're just seeing a ton of patience from this Longwood offense, just finding the spots, making UNCAshvl have to overplay in some area or overhelp in some area. Just taking advantage of the opportunity.
And Carrium with a steal. Munoz and Carrium. Dunk!
See that Longwood bench over there? They are going crazy.
18-point lead for the Lancers. And John, it was the last game before this game, it was the Eagles' only loss.
Yes, and that was the thing is Longwood is definitely one of those teams that are going to make some noise in the Big South, but we have seen consistent noise from Winthrop, and UNCAshvl, based on their personnel, possesses the type of group that can beat Winthrop on a consistent basis, and one of the few teams that can match up against them. But right now, you were just seeing all the rust from UNCAshvl.
You know what that is. Dunk from Carrium.
That's a dunk right there, sir.
Oh, make it 18. Longwood, 11:15 left to go. 3 from Jones, off the back iron. Munoz up for the board. Munoz working on Stephanie. Into the lane, layup, off the glass. Good. Timeout taken by Asheville. Down 20 with 10:59 left to go in regulation. We're going to take a timeout as well. You're watching college basketball on ESPN3.
You can tell this is really crispy, juicy, and tender because we wouldn't take the time to butter all these potato buns if it wasn't worth it. Introducing McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwiches. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hey, Corey, I hear you're starting your own bakery. How's it going?
There's a lot to do. We're focusing on online orders and deliveries, so I need reliable internet, but it's so expensive.
Doesn't have to be. Spectrum Business offers pricing made for small business budgets with no hidden fees.
But low prices means getting locked into a contract, right?
Not at Spectrum Business. They have no contracts ever.
That sounds pretty sweet.
And speaking of sweet,
it's a 20-point Lancer lead. Oh, and Carrium had himself quite a second half. Look at that steal off to Munoz. And Carrium, what rhymes with feet? Oh. And down low. That was all right.
That's okay.
That was okay.
All right.
20-point lead for Longwood. After the first two, I wanted something spectacular, like a backflip or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Jude.
Longwood is spoiling us there.
He's fouled on the three-point shot. Litteris spotted. And it's tough because on a shooter, if you hit the elbow, you're going to get called on that. It's a 20-point game. Cody Jude to the line to shoot three after this short break. You're watching college basketball on ESPN3.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any better than crispy, juicy, and tender, we went and added spicy. Introducing McDonald's new spicy, crispy chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The Harry's razor is not the same. Because some of us are not the same. Our close shave comes from our 5 German-engineered blades, designed to start sharp and stay sharp. And we never upcharge you for high quality. So for those of us who don't want just the same, Harry's razors are here. Harry's, not the same. Available in-store and at harrys.com.
Lancers by 20, 10:44 left to go. Your trivia question: who holds the UNCAshvl record for being named to the most Big South All-Tournament teams? John, any ideas?
Well, what's wild is all of these guys could have been. They are legends in their own right, but I'm going to go with KJ Garland on that.
I think you're right, and it's not just because I saw the answer before. You're KJ Garland. He was 3-time 04, 07, 08 All-Tournament. It'll be Cody Jude to the line to shoot three. There you saw the Sherrill Center at night, but with the world's most powerful lighting system.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Hey, and also a big shout out to KJ Garland. Just got inducted into the UNCAshvl Hall of Fame.
Big thing. Wasn't it just this past weekend?
Yeah, it was virtual. All right, so listen, I want my man to get his flowers.
Yeah.
Okay, at some point we need to put together some kind of cookout, fish fry. Make it happen.
Cody Jude 0 for 2 from the foul line, trying to get under the 20-point mark as Asheville's deficit stands at 20, 10:44 left to go, and an empty trip to the foul line.
Like I said, like you can see, like rust all over the place, man.
A 1-3-1 look from Asheville, John.
Haven't seen that in a couple of years, but at the same time, you understand why, and the strategy behind that is making it difficult for UNCAshvl to allow them to get into the paint, but it also takes away from the rebounding ability.
Munoz down, holding his left ankle under the basket on the baseline. You can see it there in the left of your picture. Coach and trainer quickly over. Referee blew it immediately dead. I think Zach Watson just beating out 4 white shirts to secure the board is sort of been the storyline of the game.
Yes, he was up there, obviously, and that's just what we talked about before, him showing the ability to just have that motor and always be in the right place to have an opportunity to get the rebound.
Munoz to his feet, putting a little bit of pressure on that ankle as he's moving towards the bench area of Longwood. We'll take a look.
Oh, yeah, he looked like he might have landed on a foot there. Yeah, that thing's going to turn into a tennis ball tonight.
It's Blygen to inbound, trying to find Hill. A timeout taken with 10:13 left to go in regulation. Longwood's second timeout. 10:13 left to go in regulation. John, Bulldogs down 20. Something's going to have to change for the Bulldogs to make this comeback. If you're Longwood, you're probably okay with taking some air out of the ball. If you're the Bulldogs, what are you doing?
Well, you don't want Longwood to take air out of the ball. You want to create opportunities for yourself to be in the open floor, because that's where UNCAshvl, especially this roster that they have in, that's where they're at their best. And so rushing them, speeding up Longwood, making them have to, get out of their offensive rhythm, because right now Longwood's doing whatever they want, and then also creating second chances for themselves. So UNCAshvl is going to have to make sure that they get stops, get out in the open floor, get easy baskets, and come back and do it again.
Wade, the crafty player, selling the foul on Baker.
Absolutely.
Longwood was having trouble getting it under the basket. Able to get it in on the side. Watson. Hill with 10 on the shot clock. There's the double into the corner. Litter is step back, three-pointer off the iron. Here comes Baker. 3, back iron. Blue shirts there for the board. It's Hill.
That's what you're going to see. You're going to see a lot of UNCAshvl trying to get back in with, and they're not strangers to the quick shot. They're all about that. And honestly, the quick shot could work to their advantage, because Longwood is not going to be set on defense yet, and it might even give them positioning to get the offensive rebound.
Foul spotted as Tyjon Jones tipping the ball to Marable, and the foul spotted on Watson as Marable tried to secure the ball. Watson out. And that brings back into the game Carry him.
I mean, look at him. His fists are balled up right now. I love the aggression.
Stephanie, top of the key for Jones. Baker, right wing. Marable. Baker with 7 on the shot clock. Longwood springs a double. Pass off the fingertips of Marable, out of bounds. Turnover gives the ball to Longwood.
See what we talk about with timing and rhythm. It's hard to get into that offensive rhythm when you've only had a week of practice to really get yourself back acclimated to this high level of play. And I think that even being UNCAshvl being one of the better teams in the Big South, without rhythm, without chemistry, you're nothing.
And a standard COVID pause 2 to 3 weeks. This one longer than that, about in the neighborhood of about 4.5.
Yes.
And then without the coach tonight, that's a maybe a bit too much.
Yeah, you put all that together. I mean, no coach, no Evan Claiborne, which is your rim protector and rebounder, and then 1 week of practice to try to get yourself back into that offensive and defensive rhythm needed and necessary to be relevant in the Big South. It's just a lot. It's overwhelming almost.
And a Longwood team that, when the Bulldogs were playing close to their best, it was a split between the two teams. Jones, 3, good ball movement, good shots from the junior.
It's a big shot for Tajon Jones, and like I said before, getting back in that rhythm is going to be tough, especially going with this type of stretch, this type of lull. And the thing is that UNCAshvl worked really hard to do everything right at the right, for the majority of the season, and staying safe with the protocol actions. And timing is everything when it comes to it.
Dunk by Jones, sneaking it past and carry him.
He did. He like a thief in the night.
Whew. And Carrium was mad about losing the ball on the other end and came down with intentions to get it back.
Yeah.
Hill spot, shot. Off the iron, Jones with the board. Jones has 6 rebounds for Asheville.
Yeah, and I've seen him have 2 offensive rebounds where he's been able to put it back in.
A tie-up. It'll be Longwood's ball on alternating possession. We have a timeout on the floor. 6:50 left to go in regulation. Lancer 68, Bulldogs 51. You're watching ESPN 3.
As you can see, we are up 10% for this quarter. I do think there is still some room for improvement.
Distracted? Maybe it's time for a break.
Oh, yeah.
Get away to Harrah's Cherokee Casinos and play. Get away to great games in the Smoky Mountains.
Biltmore Farms Hotels, exclusive hotel partner of UNCAshvl, offers 4 convenient properties: Doubletree Biltmore Village, Hilton, Hampton Inn and Suites, and Residence Inn by Marriott, offering world-class hospitality surrounded by shopping, restaurants, and entertainment. We provide catering and outstanding spaces for your next meeting, convention, or social gathering. Biltmore Farms Hotels is proud to join our community in supporting UNCAshvl.
The gift of a meal to a neighbor in need is no small thing, but when that gift grows and organizations like Ingalls and Manna Food Bank come together, lives can be changed. Which is why we at Ingalls have given away 3,956 meals a day, every day, for more than 30 years. Ingalls, we're with you every step of the way.
It's bow time.
Hey, babe, what are you thinking for dinner?
I don't know. Something good?
Oh, super helpful.
Huh?
I got it.
I got it. When the holiday season is your busy season, drop a big bow box on it. With 8 pieces of chicken, biscuits, fixins, and tea for just $19.99. If it's Christmas time,
it's bow time.
This is right around the time where we usually remind everyone how Pepsi knows what fans like, but we all know fans just want to be here. And we really want you here. So for now, wherever you are, look forward to being the home crowd once again and watch while enjoying an ice-cold, refreshing Pepsi. Pepsi, that's what I like. Asheville down 17. 6:50 left to go in regulation. John looking around the Big South at the Big South Championship Tournament. High Point Winthrop. That started at 6 o'clock. Hampton Radford at 6 o'clock. Going on right now is Gardner Webb and Campbell. A really, really good year for the Big South as far as quality of basketball goes.
Absolutely, and the thing is, it just shows the parity in this league. Depending on matchups, depending on personnel, who's out there, it can be anybody's game.
And it's good to see Munoz back on the court. An absolute brilliant low post move by Zach Watson.
Oh, yeah, Zach Watson just was patient, took control of his angle, finished with an easy basket.
And if you're Lawson, did you overcommit on that play, or is it just a fantastic play by an upperclassman?
It's nothing you can do because the strength there was different. It was just different. It was like Hulk versus Loki.
Lawson with the rotation. Ooh, I got you. So if it got to be as a bucket is made, and to the line goes Baker for the foul shot. So Loki can absolutely beat Thor, but he's got to be crafty about it.
I said Hulk.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, so that's that.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, there's just a weight advantage there that you can't do much about. One thing, if you're Lawson, you probably just want to deny him from getting the ball front.
Mm-hmm.
And then if he does catch it, there's a double team on the other end of that.
I'm running scenarios in my head. Loki versus Hulk. None of them turning out particularly well for Loki, Tesseract or not.
Nope.
5:47. It's a 16-point game. Munoz around the screen. Was that a no-look pass or did he lose it? Off the rim, no good. Jones with the board.
I'm just impressed Munoz is back.
Yeah, Munoz is so smooth with the ball. I couldn't tell if he lost it and it just went to a Longwood player or if that was a no-look pass.
I think it was a no-look pass. I told you that boy's a Garner Road product. He's played with the best of them.
Insanity. That was such a good pass. Baker to the corner. Lawson, 3 off the back iron. Jones has the board, his 7th of the afternoon. He'll take the 3. He's off the front iron. And Munoz with a box out on Battle. Munoz taking the air out of the ball a bit. The drive to the bucket. Comes off the rim. Pushed forward, Jones. Battle. Back for Lawson. Baker, top of the key. The drive from the free throw line. Splashes it down. 14-point game.
And that was a pretty basketball for UNCAshvl. Just first seeing if they had the opportunity to get the fast break. Then once they saw they didn't, they swung the ball, made Longwood have to rotate. Devon Baker showing his ability to spread the defense. Got Grannon off the ground and went downhill and finished.
Stephanie guarding Munoz tight as we approach 4 minutes left to go in regulation. There's the double team. Down low, fouled from behind, and a quality foul by Lawson, making sure that shot doesn't get up on the rim, but it'll be Wilson to the line. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well. Longwood by 14. You're watching college basketball on ESPN3.
You can tell this is really crispy, juicy, and tender because we wouldn't take the time to butter all these potato buns if it wasn't worth it. Introducing McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwiches.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. The Harry's razor is not the same. Because some of us are not the same. Our close shave comes from our 5 German-engineered blades, designed to start sharp and stay sharp. And we never upcharge you for high quality. So for those of us who don't want just the same, Harry's razors are here. Harry's, not the same. Available in-store and at harrys.com.
Bulldogs have closed to a 14-point game, down by as many as 22 in the second half with 3:55 left to go. Lancers 70, Bulldogs 56. Do want to thank Big South tournament partner DKI, restoring property since 1974. I want to thank DKI for their tournament sponsorship. To the line to shoot 2, Wilson. Taking a look at UNCAshvl and the day that he has had. His highest career point total, 20 points against the Citadel back in December. He's got 18 tonight, John.
Yeah, he's just taking advantage of his opportunities in the paint. I mean, and if there's nobody that's going to put a body on him, he's going to go get it. If you're not strong enough to match him, he's going to go get it. If you're not as athletic as him, he's going to go get it. And so you were seeing.
The Cliff's Notes of what I'm reading is he's going to go get it.
He is gonna go get it. And this is one of those situations where you need an Evan Claiborne out there.
Blocks by UNCAshvl.
I mean, he's got a bunch of strong move opportunities. Did you see him just stretch his shoulder out like he's blocking shots for volleyball?
He actually got up in the air, had Stephanie, dead to rights of Stephanie, decided to shoot it. Fantastic pass by Stephanie to Battle, who gathered, went up, and carry him already in the air waiting.
Well, you also see his ability to leap quickly. That's a gift as well. Like, some people can jump, but it takes forever for them to get up in the air.
Guilty.
It's being able to get off the ground quickly and to get off it high.
I need 2 steps and a notary.
Nice. And a stamp?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
2:53 left to go. Munoz with the absolute pocket pick. The layup, good. 19-point game. 5-point run for Longwood. High arcing, splashes through. Baker with a beautiful shot. He's got 11 points tonight. And a timeout on the floor. A couple of substitutions as back into the game. Granlund. Blygen back into the game as well for the Lancers.
And based on the circumstances, you got to be happy for UNCAshvl, their ability to continue to battle and fight. I mean, these are some dire circumstances. Your main post presence, head coach, 1 week of practice.
It seems like one of those what-if scenarios that you and I do talk about is UNCAshvl going for his career high. Got a little excited off his foot. Stephanie lines it up. Now the drive. Skip pass. Battle. Pump fake. Into the arms of UNCAshvl. Foul spotted. Allison Battle to the line to shoot 2.
And you know how when you're doing your COVID preparation, like, what are all the worst case scenarios that can happen?
Yeah.
I feel like UNCA got hit with every worst case scenario that you can think of.
After your best possible game, you shut down for 32 days.
That's wild.
Battle knocks down the first, trying to pull it to within 15. It'll take one more free throw. Battle has got 11 points in 22 minutes. Fantastic job from Doc Battle tonight.
Yeah, Doc Battle's just been really good at just being aggressive, getting downhill, but then also on the offensive boards, creating second chances, and just battling. That's what he does. That's no pun intended. I mean, it's just what he does.
And Carrium's got 18 points, 6 boards to go along with an assist and 2 blocks. Give the man 2 steals as well.
Oh, yeah. He's been all over the place. I thought he had 3 blocks. I thought I saw him send another one, too. But
Hill on the drive. A travel spotted. Turnover in play. Gives the ball to Asheville. Down 16 with the ball. 16 points in right at 106 seconds, John. Possible? Improbable.
Improbable. Or possible. But we just have to see, Matt.
Let's not crush any hopes or say anything silly like, oh, it's for sure going to happen. But Stephanie on the drive, loses it, gets it back, kicks to the corner. Cody Jude, 1 dribble. His shot left short. Hill with the board. The winner will go up to battle the winner of the High Point Winthrop contest.
Which I can imagine will be a good game, especially if High Point gets going on the offensive end.
Wade splashing it down. He's got 17 points tonight. Asheville, Stephanie across the timeline. This is a team that gave Winthrop one good look, 72-61, as it's Hill with the board.
And let's not rule out High Point here. If John Michael Wright gets going on the offensive end.
That's fair.
That kid's a bucket.
Under 30 seconds left to go. The shot, no good. Battle for the board. Jones has it. For Stephanie, 10 on the game clock. His shot, no good. Battle skying for the board. The putback, good. 6.3 seconds left to go. And that will do it. Longwood moving on to the semifinals in the Big South tournament. John, we got, first off, your Mako Medical